Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to show you how to make embellishments. So I did a couple projects, a couple show and tell projects, and I had a lot of embellishments on there. And today I want to show you how to make those embellishments, or at least make something like it. So I used a lot of the cupcake liners as well as the crepe paper. So with the crepe paper, all you're going to do is you're going to set out a certain amount, and I don't use a whole lot just because it's too short. My scissors are too short. So anyway, I just pull out a little bit, and I moved my camera again because someone said something about you couldn't really see what I was doing. So I moved it back down, but now it's very limited to what I can really show you. So I actually might move it back up. I'm not sure. So anyway, you have an amount. This is probably, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. It's 22 inches long. And no, I did not measure this. I just did, you know, pulled it out and said, okay, that's it. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this part here, right here, and then you're going to take this part here and you're going to push it underneath, and you're going to kind of twist it just a little bit. So if you can see, it's not straight, and you're going to keep pulling it just like that, and you're going to keep a hold right here, and you're just going to keep folding underneath like this. And you're just going to keep doing that until you get all the way around. And once you start doing this a lot, it almost becomes second nature to you, and you can manipulate the paper how you want. You can, you know, manipulate the circle, and you can even, you know, make them thicker, you make them thinner. I'm actually double backing on this a little bit because I made the loops a little wide for the length of paper that I had. And you're going to take a stapler and you're going to staple right in the middle. And that's it. Sometimes you might need to staple twice, but as long as you've got all the little petals here on the inside where you folded, see right here where you folded, as long as you have that underneath in between the staple, you're good. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to make a couple of these, and that way you have some things to work with. So I actually have a basket beside me that I've been working out of, and like I'll sit down and I'll just make a whole bunch of them. So I've got some where I played with washi, and I've got some where I've got just cupcake liners just sitting in there. But after you make a couple that you kind of think you might use, go ahead and grab those. So I'm just using traditional colors this time around. I might use some more vintagey colors, but as of right now, it's just going to be, I think I might have run out of the gold. Oh, nope, I lied. There's a whole bunch of gold. Okay, so this is kind of what they end up. Also, too, the more you do this, the more you'll be able to manipulate the sizes. So you'll see that this one is a lot smaller in diameter than, say, this one. So the more you do this, the more you'll be able to manipulate the sizes. Now, I did this on purpose because I did want some of them that were smaller. That way I could layer them on top of, you know, other colors. So what you're going to do is you're going to grab a couple of your embellishments here, and then you grab some stickers or foam pieces or other embellishments that you'd like to use. So I'm going to use this. I have a couple packs of foam stickers that I've been working out of, and I'm going to grab this one here. It's just very traditional colors. It's got the green, gold, and red and whatnot. I don't know if I'm going to use the gold or not, but it's got silver too, so I think that's kind of cool. So I'm just going to grab a couple of each one, and with these big packs like this, you might notice that there's stuff in between all you have to do is pull it out, and then you'll have your sticker the way it's supposed to be. Maybe not. Okay, there we go. See? And now you have your sticker the way it's supposed to be. Now you could definitely embellish the stickers even further. If you have like a wink of Stella pin, you can make them all shiny and whatnot. But I'm just going to grab a couple. There's lots of reindeers, so I'm going to grab a few of those. And I'm going to grab a couple of the Santa Clauses. And I think that should be good. Okay, next thing that I wanted to grab were my punches. I've got a couple punches that I've been using, and one of them is the 2.5-inch circle and one of them is the 2-inch flower. So what you're going to do is grab some of your scrap paper, or if you're not working out of scrap paper, then just grab, you know, your decorative paper or whatnot. So I've grabbed this scrap paper. So this is actually for a particular project. Someone had requested that I make the envelopes, and so this is kind of going in coordination with the envelope box envelope, however that's said. So I'm going to cut a couple of these out, and I'm going to use these. Oh, I like the snowmans. We'll use the snowmans too. Okay, so we're just going to set that aside for now, and you're just going to punch out your things. Now, be aware when you're punching that there are figures in your decorative paper. If there's not, then don't worry about it. But if there is, then try to get those a little centered. Alright, and I'm not going to sit here and punch all of this on camera. But, here we go. So there's that, and I also have a scallop that I've been using as well, and this is a 1.5-inch scallop. I am going to go ahead and punch a couple of these out. And there we go. And now that piece of paper is all but used up. And I don't think I'll be able to get this one. Oh, I can. Woohoo! Okay, so that is that. I used 3 scraps of paper, and I forgot to empty this part. I used 3 scraps of paper, and I ended up getting a whole bunch of the little punch thingies. So this is going to be what I'm using for my embellishments. So now what we're going to do is we're basically just going to play around with the color schemes, the color combinations, and what we want to do with them. So after you have decided, you know, and I honestly don't glue anything down until after I've put it all together. So, and I try not to make backs. If I make these in advance, I try not to make backs because I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I don't know if I'm going to adhere it onto a project, or if I'm going to make a wand or a lolly out of it, or I don't know what's going to happen with it. So what I'm going to do with this one is I'm just going to start putting this together, and this is fairly simple. All you do is use your glue of choice, and my glue gun is always on. Well, it's not always on. When I'm at my workstation, it's always on because I have it's like a little surge protector tower, and it's got buttons on the top. And so when I click the button, then it turns my glue gun on. So it's pretty cool. And when I click the button, it takes the power away from everything on, you know, that side of the tower, and then it turns it off. It's pretty cool. So anyway, I use my glue gun a lot, especially with making these embellishments. And there you go. That's an embellishment. And it was super simple. It's got 3 elements, technically 5 if you want to include the staple and the glue. But, and if you want to get super in depth with this, then you could definitely you know, play around with the colors here. I might need a different red. You could also throw white in there as well. Yeah, I've got some white here. But also remember, the more dimension you add, the higher the pop-up is going to be for your project of choice, whatever your project is. Like I said, these are for a flat project, so that's another reason why I'm not doing the backs. So, yeah. I don't know that I want that. Let's see here. And see, even that right there, that looks pretty cute, and I didn't even put a sticker on it at all. Your embellishments don't have to be, you know, super complicated or dynamic or crazy to be really cute. You can do a lot of stuff with just a little bit. So, I don't know, just try to, might do that one. Sorry, I'm playing around with the colors, and that's what I do. I play around with it until I find something that I like, and then I just put it all together. Because I know that I wanted to use the Santa here, but I wanted something to kind of break up the harshness of the white, because there's a lot of white in the Santa. So, and I didn't really want to put the red down because it clashes with the Santa itself. So yeah. And if you use the foam stickers, a lot of times if you're putting it on paper, like right now I'm putting it on paper, then it's perfectly fine. But if you put it onto the crepe paper, because there's so much ridgeness in there, you might want to add just a little bit of the hot glue to it. So what I'm going to do here is play around to get something. These stars are humongous. I don't know if I want to use them. Okay, I think I'm just going to use the trees. I think. I'm not sure. No. Okay. Oh, wait. Okay. But see, that's right there is kind of what I mean by just playing around with it until you get something that you like. Because I wasn't really sure what I was going to do with that tree. I know I wanted to use it, but yeah, that's really all I knew. Ow! Ow! That's warm. Okay. So lay our tree back down. And our star up there. Let's see. I don't really want to make it, well, maybe. There we go. I was trying to figure out the angle on which I wanted to put this down. And there we go. And there we go. Alright, so that is that. So now you have a bunch of extras that you can either share with your friends or make more embellishments. I'm not doing a whole lot right this second because I normally don't make embellishments ahead of time. I make them with the projects that I'm going to be working on. And a lot of times I will make them as I'm making each individual piece. Yeah, I normally make these when I make the projects themselves. Like, I don't make a whole bunch of Christmas embellishments at the start of the season because I don't know that I'm going to use them. A lot of times when I make the projects, I make them as I feel, I guess, inspired. So therefore I also create the embellishments to go with them. So anyway, this video is 18 minutes long with no editing, and I've made 3 embellishments. A lot of the time comes from doing these. If you guys can sit down and, you know, spit out a bunch of these in a day or whatever, or when you're sitting there watching a movie with your family or whatnot, then that cuts out a huge amount of your time, is spitting these out. So just make them with, you know, whatever. If you, like, the Dollar Tree has crepe paper, and you get, a lot of times you'll get 2 rolls in the package for $1, and that's what I use a lot of. So yeah, that's it, and I hope you guys I hope you guys liked this video, and thanks so much for watching. Until next time, bye guys.